What if I told you that the Earth already ended and nobody noticed? Not because the sky cracked open or fire rained down or a giant planet smashed into Earth. No. What if the end looked quieter than that? What if it looked like waking up in your own house, but somehow every room just feels off? Same walls, same furniture, same people, but the air just feels a little bit different. Because that's the real theory. The world didn't end like an explosion, it ended like a file transfer. Like reality was copied and pasted, and then the file became slightly corrupted during the process. Let me explain. Back in 2012, everybody was looking for the wrong kind of apocalypse. They were waiting for the Hollywood version. Tsunamis the size of skyscrapers, the earth splitting open like overcooked bread or something. And why did people believe this? Because the Maya calendar reached the end of a massive cycle on December 21st, 2012. Ancient inscriptions like the Tortuguero Monument 6 and La Corona kept getting pulled into the conversation. I think I said that right. One described the completion of the 13th Baktun and the arrival of Balan Yakte, a mysterious deity tied to transition, upheaval, and cosmic order. Another monument referenced 2012 in the middle of political chaos, almost like even ancient rulers were pointing to a date bigger than themselves. That's the key. Maybe 2012 was never about destruction. Maybe it was always about replacement. And that's why the world didn't end in the way people expected, because the old world wasn't blown up. It was overwritten. Think about it, when your phone updates overnight, it still looks like your phone in the morning. Same screen, same app, same wallpaper, but underneath the code is different. That's the theory of 2012, the code changed. People point to how everything after 2012 felt off. Time feels faster, memories don't line up. Many people pointed to the Mandela Effect. Little details of this world feel edited, like someone kept the rough draft and threw away the original. It's like we're all actors who stayed up on stage after the theater burned down, still saying the same lines while we're pretending the smoke is not there. And look at how the world reacted to this. In France, people gathered around Bucharest, convinced it might be one of the few places to survive what was coming. Almost like Israel in World War Z. In Mexico, crowds packed into Chichen Itza to witness the turning of the age. In China, authorities had to crack down on doomsday rumors spreading like wildfire. Polls showed millions of people actually believe that 2012 might actually be the end. And why? Because somewhere deep down people felt it, like animals before an earthquake, like a dog growling at an empty hallway, like a body knowing the storm is here before the eyes can even see the clouds. Even debunkers were part of the story, and NASA was like one of the bigger ones, which is crazy. NASA shot down the idea that Nibiru was heading towards Earth, or solar flares, pole shifts, galactic alignments, and maybe that's exactly the point. Because what if the world ending wasn't physical? What if it was dimensional, spiritual, informational even? Those things can't be debunked with a telescope. And then there's part of the theory that people cannot stop coming back to. The idea that in 2012, humanity didn't die, it shifted. Not into heaven, not into hell, into the room next door. A neighboring timeline, a parallel copy, a reality almost identical to the last one, except the stitching is sloppier. And that's why so many people say the same thing. Nothing has felt right since 2012. So maybe the apocalypse already happened. Maybe the end of the world was never meant to mean the planet exploding. Maybe it meant the end of the version of reality we used to belong to. The old current shut off, and now we're living in a backup generator. That would explain the weirdness, the speed, the disconnection, the feeling that history after 2012 moves like a fever dream. Same earth, different frequency. Same song, different key. Same stage, different play. And that's the most unsettling part about this. If the world had ended with fire, we would have known. If it ended with earthquakes, we would have known. If it ended with a meteor, we would have looked up. But if it ended with a shift, then of course most people would miss it. Because the scariest apocalypse isn't the one that kills you, it's the one that keeps you alive just long enough to notice you're no longer home. So the question isn't, did the world end in 2012? The question is, if it did, what exactly are we living in now?